So going into articulation on this figure, it's pretty much like his 1/6 scale counterpart. Everything that larger one can do, this one can do. So I will say, out of all the figures, that this has to be by far the most posable 1/12 Ava you're going to come across, period. Now, even though it is the most posable, it is some things about this figure that I would definitely make my last suggestions. So definitely stick around and hear that out. So I'm going to go ahead and move this out the way. So let's bring it up a bit. Let's focus on it. You're going to get about this far looking down, this far looking up. Full 360 on the head if you want to do. Some tilt side to side, some tilt back and forth. You're going to get a ball joint on the body itself, which is nice. You're going to get it on the hinge as well, so you can put that up. What's cool too, what I noticed, these are on ball joints, so you don't got to worry about this actually breaking. Or like the larger one, it was actually just glued to fabric. This was a smarter design here. You do get a swivel right above the bicep itself. Double hinge elbows, which is nice. Hinge wrists, can't really go back because of the actual sleeve of the forearm, but can go inwards. Okay, now getting down to the body, this is on its own little joint up here, right? And it can bend on its own. But then I think it has a double section, kind of like the other models did, which is nice. So you're going to get a really nice bend if you go forward. Now it does expose the back quite a bit with a gap there. So just be careful when you actually pushing it back into place, because you don't want this to pinch or tear up on the sleeve itself. All right. You can get a little bit of rock side to side going on there, and it will hold the pose, which is always nice. Going down to the legs actually have a crazy amount of range. And this is what separates this particular model along with the larger model outside of everything else. None of the other models can range this crazy. I think the Robot Spears actually can do it, but like the Bandai, the Metal Build one that just came out can't do this. It can get pretty far, but it ain't gonna get this far. Now, obviously, the one that's a Metal Build is much nicer than this, but if you just want something where you want to buy an Ava unit, but you don't want to go completely crazy in cost, this is a great figure to look at. So you see how high you can actually make the leg go. And that's me dropping the actual hip just a tad bit. If I drop it all the way down, you can do the same one, but it just won't push the leg out so far. Even when the leg is pushed in, it can still go up quite a bit. So this figure can hit a pose without a problem. Double hinge knees. This here right here is movable. I'm not gonna lie to you, this shit feels cheap and the hip doesn't feel good. If you notice, my leg isn't the stiffest, so that shit is kind of trash. You can do this. You can do a swivel at the above the hip itself. Now on the ankle, you want to get about that far going down, this far going up. Can't really do a pivot that much. It's okay, but not much. Your toe bend is really nice. And then on this itself, this is on the hinge. This just feels cheap. So I would definitely say be careful, because you don't want that to break. Even on the big ones, it kind of had that same feeling. It didn't feel the best. So that's where this is an ongoing issue that kind of like bled over from the larger model to the smaller version. But I would say, honestly, I'm going to put this in a pose while we talk. But I will honestly say, not we talk, I talk. I will honestly say, out of all of the Ava units, this is great for the cost, hands down. Would I say, if I knew what I knew now, would I rebuy this over? I'll be honest with you. If I don't have an Ava and I just want to buy something that was pretty decent, but didn't want to have a Revoltech, because I don't care. I would take this over a Revoltech any day, because I fucking hate that toy line so bad, mainly because I just hate the hip joints. This one I would say go with this, or even go with the Robot Spirits. That's really nice. But further as just overall, if you got a ton of Avas already and you kind of don't really need another one, and you're just wondering should you buy one, I'll be honest with you, I would pass if I was you. Mainly because I'm not really impressed with how the quality feels. It feels way too cheap. Like the plastic doesn't feel strong. It actually feels like I'm holding like a model kit almost. And it just feels a little bit flimsy. Now, I know they came out with, what is it, recreation one, and I was actually looking at that too because it looked pretty cool. And they had a little bit of a different design on there. It still was the same one, but it had like transparent green pieces, which was pretty cool. But that was about it. But there you go. Like you can see, without any type of stand, it's balancing. You can hit some crazy poses. So like that's like the when it was berserking, standing over or squatting over the actual monster itself. But you can hit some great poses with the figure. But I would say if I went from least favorite Ava to top, or just better quality, I would say Revoltech first is my least. Then I would say Robot Spirits. Then I'll go from Robot Spirits to this. Then I would definitely have to say, after this small one, definitely the Bandai ones. It's really nice. Really, all the Bandai shit is amazing. So even if you went with old school Bandai, because this is die-cast metal, if you've never seen this review, you can go to my old reviews. You will find it. It's in there. I actually did a review on that. And then I would say the new metal build when it came out is absolutely gorgeous. Amazing quality. Just everything about that figure is fucking outstanding. It may not have the old school look, but it's phenomenal. And I actually had that out, pre-ordered that, and got it not that long ago, probably like a month or so ago. And I love it. I know I didn't do a review. If you want to see a review, let me know. I'll do one, whatever. Also, after that, then I would say the 1/6 scale kind of like takes the cake, only because it's a larger figure. But outside of that, this Bandai one that's to the left and that metal build Bandai one, both of them are considered die-cast metal. This is probably heavier than that one, to be honest with you. The one to the left is definitely more heavier because it has more die-cast pieces. But they have to be by far the best Ava units on the market. Mainly because of what you spend, you get what it's worth. Like, you get a lot of shit. So you will not feel like you pay some money and then really walk away with nothing. You will walk away with quite a bit of accessories and will be extremely happy with it. So overall, that is my list from least favorite to best Ava. So if you're still looking and you're trying to figure out which way to go, like I said, feel free to ask. I always say that if you got questions, ask me. I'll be honest about whatever I own. If something sucks, I'll tell you this shit suck. If it's great, I'll tell you it's great. If you want to be cheap, I'll tell you what's the best way to go cheap. If you want to spend some money, I'll tell you the best way to spend some money. So whatever you may like, let me know. Feel free to ask. Give a thumbs up. Subscribe. Please continue to collect. Y'all continue to have a great day. And by the way, god damn, I must like y'all because I did a whole shit ton of retakes. I'm talking about 90 going north. Everything was just fucked up. Have a good one.